is the heartthrob of millions.
I told myself very early on that I don't want to refuse anyone, and I will try and be accessible to whoever wants to be accessible towards me.
But he's extremely guarded about his personal space.
I feel I'm on Big Boss. So much you don't have to do, yeah?
Born into the first family of Hindi cinema, he was a star even before his first film.
I'm Raj Kapoor's grandson, Rishi Kapoor, Neetu Kapoor's son. I'm constantly fighting that, even though I guess people don't recognize me now so much as their child and I have my own identity, but in my head I'm constantly fighting. I don't know why.
Playing hide and seek with our lenses for close to 2 months, we bring you the frenzy and the madness of tracking Ranbir Kapoor.
Something to do with his face, his innocence, his humbleness, maybe his eyes, I don't know, and his talent put together, because you somehow kind of connect with his face on the screen.
He didn't want to actually walk the path that has been taken before, even risking his career for it. And then audiences have welcomed that. So all that has paid off.
He's just too detached from any sort of pleasure or pain.
But the honest truth is that I really want to work with Ranbir. And I think that the universe has really thrown up this collaboration in my life.
The biggest star. I want to be the greatest actor. I want to be, the biggest icon of the Hindi film industry, and I'm arrogant enough to say that I have the talent, I have the hard work.
It's day 1 of our shoot. The time is 3 p.m. in the afternoon and the media is ready with their cameras, waiting for the star to arrive. Ranbir is only 90 minutes late. But when he finally makes it to the podium, he performs like a pro.
बदतमीजी करे और क्या करे? जैसे गाने में भी मैं कह रहा हूँ कि बुढ़ापा सबकी ज़िंदगी में आता है, तो इसके पहले कि बुढ़ापा हमारे ज़िंदगी में आ जाए, जवानी चल रही तो वहाँ थोड़ी बदतमीजी कर लूँ.
It's just the first day of promotions.
I am both. I'm a बदतमीज guy who will turn bishop.
An hour later, we finally get a moment with an injured Kapoor. Alright, Ranbir, finally meet. Tell me what's been happening. You look a little unwell.
Yes, I've actually broken my back 2 days back. Actually, I've started this MMA training for Bombay Velvet, which is mixed martial arts.
Okay.
And of course, I'm not that fit, which I've realized now at the age of 30. And I had to pick up the dumbbells and I broke my back. And then I shot the whole day. And the next day, I had a cyst on my chest. I know it's really awkward to talk about it. So I had that operated. I can show you my bandages. So yeah, I'm all bandaged up.
How many days does that push you? I mean, you're going to be able to shoot and still continue?
Well, the good part is that I'm just promoting Jawani till the time it's out, so it doesn't require me to exert myself too much.
You're limping as well.
It's because of my back. So because of my back, the pain. Anyways, I feel like I'm sounding like a hypochondriac and a crybaby. I'm fine.
क्या नाम लिखना है बताइए?
Meghna.
रणबीर यहाँ पे एक पिक्चर आराम से बाय रणबीर राहुल पूरा थैंक यू रणबीर बाय रणबीर सर.
People used to say that, he makes us laugh and he makes his faces, and you know, he can do great amount of monkey business, you know, but never in front of us.
I never knew he wanted to be an actor till the time he went to New York, actually. He would imitate people and he would do some scenes and do all the masti, but never ever, I didn't even know he knew to dance. I mean, it was just like a shock to me.
A week later, Ranbir is still limping, but the promotional campaign can't be postponed. How's your back?
Still same, man.
Thank you.
Deepika,
She's just on her way. We'll be reaching in 2.
but Indore would be hardly there for Penny.
Joining him for the press conference today is his co-star and ex-girlfriend, Deepika Padukone. Once considered the poster boy and girl for young love, it was after his breakup with Padukone that Ranbir was given the title of a Casanova.
Image of this Casanova was given to me, as soon as I entered the industry. Maybe because I was dating an actress. I did a film called Bachna Hai, people started thinking, okay, I must be like this. I have huge keen interest in women, and I am extremely heterosexual. I'm passionate, and I love women. It's something they excite me, and that's not my fault. Just tilt your head towards your right a little bit, and that head straight, and just look little right. Now, like you're smelling something. It's my creation. Deepika smelling her own hair.
They might be exes, but there's absolutely no signs of awkwardness between the two.
In the promos, we have seen that there have been some similarities, like you first make up, then break up, then again you make up. So we see something similarity in this also.
You should brush your teeth with close-up.
अच्छा, आपने दीपिका का वो ऐड देखा था जो इन्होंने सबसे पहले किया था, क्या आप क्लोजअप करते हैं?
Of course, वो क्या था? What is it? What is the jingle?
क्या आप क्लोजअप करते हैं?
हाँ, you can see.
एक दूसरे के खूबसूरत क्लोजअप का राज बताइए.
Makeup, lighting.
नहीं, आप उनके बारे में और आपके बारे में.
मैं उनके बारे में बोल रहा हूँ. ऐसा कई बार होता है कि जब हम ट्रैवल करते हैं तो वी फॉरगेट आवर टूथपेस्ट, तो हम फिंगर पे भी टूथपेस्ट डाल के ब्रश करते थे. उसमें ज़्यादा मज़ा आता था क्योंकि उसमें एक खुद की एक उंगली होती थी. I'm quite real. I like to believe that. I'm not a fraud. I must have been earlier on, when you're a bit new, you are still trying to figure out the film industry, people still trying to figure out yourself as a person, and slowly with time, with experience, with exposure, and all of that, you become your person. You become your personality.
We're at the Indore airport, where security is being briefed and fans are waiting.
अपनी गाड़ी सबसे पीछे रहेगी, सबसे आगे पायलट गाड़ी रहेगी, सेकंड में रणबीर गाड़ी रहेगी, थर्ड पे वो मैडम की गाड़ी रहेगी, फोर्थ अपनी गाड़ी वो लेके चलना है आप लोगों को, ठीक है? वो कोई ओवरटेक नहीं करना है.
You guys waiting for Ranbir Kapoor?
Yeah,
Fans of the actor?
truly fan. I'm going to hug him if I could.
After all, Ranbir Kapoor is visiting the city to promote Ye Jawani Hai Deewani.
How are you?
How's Kanpur?
Tiring.
Yeah? Indore's going to be even more hectic.
This will be fast, huh? It's very hard. You come here, come. Watch it.
I'll see you in the next location. Driving at breakneck speed, our car follows the actor to a local college, where students have turned up in thousands.
मैं रंबीर को ये बता देना चाहता हूँ कि ये इंदौर का सबसे हैपनिंग कॉलेज है। ये जवानी है, दीवानी है, दीवानों का कॉलेज है। Start the sound and Ranbir on the stage. So much for this wonderful turnout.
He exits in less than 20 minutes. Next stop, a meet and greet at a 5-star with the Indore media. But word has already spread that Kapoor is in town.
You know, it's we grow up in these metropolitan cities, and the audience, the cinema going audience is radically different when you go to smaller towns. And to be honest, I don't think smaller towns even are aware of my movies. You know, they probably know me more because of my Pepsi advertisements on IPL. You know, that's where they see me, and that's the recall value for them. So I think it's very important for an actor like me and the kind of genre of movies that I do.
And you keep traveling from location to location. After a point, I mean, how do you constantly keep telling yourself to put that smile on your face, or to constantly still look like you're interested in meeting the next fan who comes up to you?
But Janice, I love what I do. I mean, this is the result. You know, if I have to be happy with this. If I see a person who doesn't smile looking at me, I'll probably feel insecure. You know, I want everyone to love me, and that's the only proof I have if I'm working or not working in movies. It's not just box office collections. It's actually people's faces. If they're excited to see me, if I bring some change in their face, or some chemical reaction in their body, I think that's very important. So I try and meet everybody. Sometimes what happens is you go with a group of people, and they hire so many bouncers, and they start making most of the ruckus because they start pushing people, and and more or less the people who like to see me are young girls and young boys, and they usually get trampled, and they get pushed around.
Our conversation done, Ranbir makes a quick stop to celebrate a young fan's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Hi, what's your name? What's your name? Are you guys going to go see the movie or not?
Yeah, of course.
So first day.
I'm a really big fan of
Yes,
you.
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Finally, it's time for the press conference.
I guess के साथ टाइम बिताना या दोस्तों के साथ टाइम बिताना या रोमांस करना.
So was it difficult to match steps?
It wasn't difficult because मुझे पहले ही पता था कि अगर माधुरी जी स्क्रीन पर होगी तो मुझे कोई देखने नहीं वाला. तो मैं कोचे में कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं खड़े हो सकता हूँ, नाम खुजा सकता हूँ, मुझे कोई देखने नहीं वाला.
But once the event's done, chaos follows. The hotel staff only adding to the mayhem.
I think when I went to promote Savarya in Hyderabad, I remember, film hadn't released, we were promoting, and my Jab Se Tere Naina, my towel song had released by then. And I remember like few girls came and they started tearing my clothes and they were kissing me on my cheek and they were pushing Sonam away and all of that. She didn't like that at all. So yeah, I felt ke, wow, you know, what is this? You feel taken by all the attention, and it kind of goes a little bit to your head. You know, you feel a little bit superior. You feel a little bit ke, wow, you know, like I am something. But it dies out. It dies out in 10 minutes. Then you go back to brushing your teeth in the morning and trying to wake up and give a good shot and a honest, true shot.
It's a hot Sunday afternoon. Ranbir has just returned to Mumbai from his whirlwind promotional tour. But for the actor, there are no breaks. Kapoor is at the Riverdale studios in Mumbai for an ad film shoot. In between shots, we get a peek at his newly decorated vanity van.
This is more than a vanity van. This is where actors spend all the time. The collective time that we are on a film set, out of the 8 hours is probably 1 hour, and 7 hours we're sitting here. So it's not owned by me, but I kind of put retro posters of few of my favorite films. You can take a look. These are not the original posters, but there is a website which makes retro posters out of the old film posters. So there's a production designer on Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, Amrita, she did it up. So it's easy to the eyes, you know. This is my space. I mean, I don't treat it like a Taj Mahal. Anyone can come in. You know, it's like an open house. You know, I like to hang around here most of the time in solitude because on a film set, other people are busy doing their jobs while I'm sitting waiting. But anyone's welcome. I have most of my meetings out here. I think more than home and a film set, this is where I spend my time. This chair is like my bed. This is like my bedroom, my house, my everything. Yeah, in India, you know, the guy leaves 2 days earlier. So if I shot Besharam right now in Delhi and Chandigarh, so the van came with me. So there is a sense of comfort. You know, it's your own space. I've put an espresso machine there.
RK is also hopeful that all the city tours and fan frenzy finally translate to box office success for his latest release.
You know, I feel actually in disbelief seeing so many people turn up. But it's great. I hope it kind of translates into ticket sales and not just, you know, coming to see an actor. And it's important, you know, for me to go to these small centers because not many people are aware of my movies. My movies target to a certain kind of audience. And not saying that Kanpur and Indore are small centers, but they're important centers.
Later, the film is released. The verdict on Ye Jawani Hai Diwani is in.
Very excited.
Obviously, Ranbir.
Charming, very cute.
Ranbir's acted well.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. Movie is awesome.
Very fun movie.
I'm going to watch it again.
Trade pundits have already predicted record-breaking numbers for his film. But today we're on the sets of his next, Besharam. A film that sees Ranbir starring alongside his famous parents for the very first time.
Put together. We are filming, shooting with our son. The film is called Besharam. And we're not in our absolute get-up, but Janice insisted that we have to interview. And so both of us dressed in this way. We're not in a fancy dress, ball or anything. We are here on work, and in our lunch break, we're talking to Janice.
I think 70% of our cinema-going audience is below the age of 24. And when they see Ranbir on screen, they feel like he's one of their own. You know, he's probably more suited to represent their age group and their, you know, the whole peer group than some of the other bigger stars we have. I think Ranbir will push the envelope much more in terms of what Indian fan followings can be.
Do you always have this ambition in your head that you thought you wanted, like you always kept thinking, I want to be the biggest actor there is, I want to be the icon for this generation?
Not when I was young. When I was young, I was very aimless. I wasn't ambitious. I became an actor, I told you before, because I didn't want to study. And I heard that acting ke liye padhai ki zarurat nahi hai. So that was my initial interest in acting. I think when I started working as an assistant director to Mr. Bansali on Black, that's when I realized how passionate I am about acting and how cool filmmaking actually is. And then slowly, when you start working in films, you get a little bit of success, you hit failure, and then you really understand that, okay, there is a lot you can do in this field also. It's not just about looking good and dancing and all of that other nonsense.
And when he assisted his Chacha, my younger brother, also in his film, you could make out that yes, he definitely wants to get into films, but in what kind of a which way he would be, one never knew. And for that matter, when he decided that he wanted to take a career in films, he chose actually to educate himself in all facets of filmmaking.
Right.
He didn't just go there to become an actor. Rather, he never went to be an actor. He chose School of Visual Arts to actually get trained in all departments of filmmaking, which is a 4-year course. And thereafter, because there was some time, that's when he chose to go to an acting school. So that was that. He was always bad in his studies, like she tells me.
Yeah.
He talks about that as well.
Yeah, he's never been good at his studies, but he was always very sporty and
But he never failed or anything. But he was always that average student.
Right.
He never excelled in his studies. But he was always into sports and football and basketball. So he's always very sporty, but not studies. I mean, that I used to always tell him, okay, now Ranbir, this is the last year. Next year, I'm not signing a report card. It's your father. So and then he used to go through that one
But
year.
none of us were ever good in studies. Unfortunately, none of us.
You failed once.
Myself, my father, only my grandfather was a double MLLB, double LLB. My grandfather. But my father, most of my uncles, myself,
I think Ranbir is the most
elder
educated
brother.
in your family.
No. All of us were same, but didn't want to pursue studies.
Okay.
So you used to tell him that your father's going to sign your report card next year.
So then
and
he
he's
would
spoken about how he was very scared
very
of that in his younger
So
days.
then he would work a bit extra hard for the next year. But then towards the end of the year again, he would do the same thing, But then we sailed through and me threatening him and he getting scared. So his school days were okay. I knew Sanjay Bansali was a great filmmaker and he was in good hands. But by the end of it, you don't know what your son is going to do.
Right.
So I was really paranoid. But I just left it. Jo hoga, let's see. But when I saw the first song, when Sanjay called me and he showed me the first song, Jab Se Tere Naina, I was the happiest person in this world. I was so excited. And then I remember going to his office every day and telling him to show me that song.
Mr. Bansali.
He says, you're gone mad, you want to see Jab Se? I said, I just love that song. Just ye gana to hit hai.
By and large, now even she knows, I do not like any of Ranbir's films.
He's always critical. He's never
I'm
really
very
told
critical.
him
I do
that
not
he
even
was-
like his Jawani Zwani or Barfi or Rockstar or anything.
Yeah.
I only liked his one film that was, that, what was the film?
Rocket
Raj's film?
Singh.
No.
Wake up,
राज की
Sid.
फिल्म क्या थी?
Huh?
राज की फिल्म क्या नाम था?
अजब प्रेम
की गजब कहानी.
Oh,
I like that because I like those kind of light, frothy kind of romantic films.
Because you're not sensitive enough.
Yeah,
to
wait, perhaps.
understand
But I like Rajniti also as a film. But somehow or the
No.
other, I'm very critical about my son. I see him as an actor. I don't see his film as a film. I see him कि ये ऐसा क्यों किया, ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है? Why did he not do this?
No,
So somewhere you get lost in the film. So I don't have a connect in the film.
Correct. He goes for a film, for Ranbir's film, he's very tensed. So in that, he doesn't enjoy the film. He's
I see him as an actor,
as an
not
actor and what's
as
he
a.
going to do.
So I'm very bad.
Born into a family of legendary actors, does Ranbir too consider himself a star?
I think truly, and I say this with the utmost truth, I think a superstar is somebody who has repeatedly delivered back-to-back successes, whose films garner a certain amount of money every time their film releases. I think I'm too new. I'm only 10 films down now. It's been 5.5 years. for me. So I can't call myself a superstar because it's a very premature thing to say. A superstar is someone who lasts, who continuously delivers that time after time after time.
This is Ranbir's second family. His entourage, whom he personally handpicks.
It's a story that, a true story that when I was really young, I used to play cricket at a friend of mine's house. He used to work at Bihar House Canteen. He was really young. I was like around 12 or 13. So he came to me and said, जब आप hero बनोगे आप मेरे को बुलाना, मैं आपके साथ काम करूँगा. So when I came back from America, I finished assisting. So I called him. I said, अभी मैं film acting कर रहा हूँ, तेरे को आना है? He said, yeah, of course. He's very lazy. Half the time I'm on set and he's sitting in my van watching cricket. Half the time he is not even to be found. He's always flirting with women, giving them my chewing gum from my bag.
मेरा नाम इंदर है, मैं रणबीर सर का असिस्टेंट हूँ, बॉय. और ये मेकअप दादा हैं अजय भाई. हम लोग पहली फिल्म से हैं, सावरिया से. और ये फिरोज भाई हैं, सर के ड्राइवर हैं. और बॉडीगार्ड साहब आप भी आ जाओ. ये रणबीर सर के बॉडीगार्ड हैं, संदीप यादव. यादव जी हाथ दिखाओ हमें. हाँ, इधर आओ. और ये जो हैं अपने, ये TN यादव हैं, रणबीर कपूर साहब के लिए वैनिटी वैन वेकअप सीट से यही पर्सन करते हैं. तो एक तो दोस्त की जैसे एकदम से. हम लोग इससे पहले क्रिकेट भी खेलते थे साथ में मिस्टर BR चोपड़ा साहब के बंगले में. जो उनका दोस्त है मिस्टर अभय चोपड़ा है, तो वहाँ पे उनके बंगले में बहुत खेलते थे क्रिकेट.
तो आप उनके लिए क्या क्या करते हैं, मतलब क्या क्या देखते हैं आप उनके लिए?
मैं वही उनके साथ में रहता हूँ, जहाँ भी शूटिंग में जाते हैं. उनका खाने पीने का, नाश्ते का, टाइम से उठाना, कौन मिलने जुलने आ रहा है, उनका सब कुछ देखना.
खाने में क्या पसंद करते हैं?
खाने में तो ज़्यादातर नॉनवेज ही खाते हैं. मटन है, चिकन है, दाल खाते हैं. भिंडी की सब्ज़ी ज़्यादा पसंद करते हो. और ज़्यादा कुछ खाने में ऐसा कोई टेंशन नहीं है.
मेरा नाम है अजय नाइक. मैं रणबीर सर के साथ फर्स्ट फिल्म से काम कर रहा हूँ, सावरिया से.
ऑलमोस्ट डेली रहते हैं, उनके शूट पे रहते हैं, उनके एल्बम के सेट पे रहते हैं. कैसा बताओ?
उनका बदलाव मतलब जब आते वैन में तो नॉर्मल रहते हैं, जब वो कपड़े पहनते हैं, जब कैरेक्टर में घुस जाते हैं, फिर रणबीर कपूर को एज अ कैरेक्टर ही पसंद करते हैं.
इसमें कैसे रहते हैं आपके साथ?
दोस्त की तरफ, दोस्त की तरफ, बॉस की तरफ. जब लोग बाहर भी जाते हैं तो एटलीस्ट हम लोग को सबको बैठा के खाना पीना खिलाएंगे.
मेरा नाम है मोहम्मद फिरोज़ खान. मैं रणबीर कपूर की गाड़ी चलाता हूँ, मैं उनका ड्राइवर हूँ.
आपको कौन सा गाड़ी अच्छी लगती है?
हम लोग को सब स्पोर्ट गाड़ी पसंद है.
कितने हैं उनके पास?
उनके पास 3 गाड़ी है.
3 गाड़ियाँ हैं. सबसे अच्छा उनको कौन सा लगता है?
अभी एक नई गाड़ी लिया है, G63.
सर के लिए वैसा क्राउड कंट्रोल रहता है. क्राउड कैसा, मैं अभी इधर पहले आके चेक करने का, कैसे आएंगे, कौन सी रूट से जाएंगे, फिर हम लोग उसको बोलते ऐसे आएंगे, ऐसे क्राउड कंट्रोल करते हैं, सब ध्यान रखता है. अभी हम इधर भैंडरा में आउट मेरी का मेला था, जो भी तो बहुत क्राउड, हालत ख़राब हुई. इतना मतलब पूरा गाड़ी बड़ी रेंज रोड थी, पूरा गाड़ी में क्राउड पूरा बहुत हालत ख़राब हो गया. अभी तो बहुत क्रेज़ है, बहुत संभालना पड़ता है.
आप अकेले करते हैं? और
अकेले करते हैं.
And I love all my staff. My hairstylist Ajay, my makeup guy Ajay and Hemant, who've been with me since Savarya. Alim Bhai, who comes for special shoots. Sandeep is my bodyguard. So they're and it's not that we have lots of fun and we laugh. There is a certain understanding that you have with all of them that is beautiful. Because it's a certain look you exchange with someone, or how they are sensitive to my mood, or sometimes I have to be sensitive to their mood. I think and wherever I go, whoever I work with on ad films, on films, they all are really happy with my staff. Because I think that they're young, they're nice people, and hardly working.
final meeting with Ranbir, and today he's at the Mehboob Studios for a photo shoot.
Hi. I feel I'm on Big Boss. So much you don't have to do, yeah? Thank you. Hey, you also want to come cameras ahead? Hi, what's up? There's Lenovo over here. Quickly get ready and then we'll start.
Yeah.
Because I have to put on another face.
What mean another face?
Makeup, hair.
We see you in a little bit.
Yeah. Bye.
Clothes quickly changed, Ranbir gets down to work.
Nice. So it's not looking to camera, it's playing.
Yeah, you'll start with that.
Like a target.
Like a target. Yeah? Got it. Next.
So I'm holding it like this.
Yeah, you both are just watching a little closer, like you put your hands around her and then you're watching. So you got a popcorn in the hand, so you're just smiling and laughing.
One set done,
The next change, like the blue jacket and the
Ranbir heads to the vanity van, where we catch up with him to talk about the record-breaking numbers of Ye Jawani Hai Deewani.
Do you think people had, like I think especially the critics who reviewed the movie, they had very high expectations?
I mean, you can't take this one too seriously, you know. I mean, it's just a simple slice of life, love story. It's not a rom-com, but it's about friendship, about love, about growing up, just about life in a simple way, in a non-philosophical, layered way.
Are you happy with the kind of money it's made?
It's great. It's validation. Obviously, you
Because when we chatted in intro, one of the things you said that you're constantly being tagged as the next superstar, the superstar in waiting. I think with this, a lot of that changes.
Of course, it kind of lets me now do the kind of films that I want to do with more confidence. Probably people will invest money in films which are probably not run-of-the-mill masala entertainers. But it's great. It's like I said, it's like a report card. Film has done well, but then you move on, and that's pretty much it. I'm more happy for Ayan.
Have you gone to watch the movie with the...
No,
a lot of actors do that, no? They
I
go to
can't
watch
do
it.
that.
Why?
I went once for Savarya to a single screen, and post that I swore that I would never go to theatre to watch.
Wasn't the right film
But
to
then,
go for.
but now I didn't know that was my first film, and then I'm like, this I ain't never going to theatre to watch my movies. Whose umbrella is that? Mine. Open? Be careful of your eye. Put it out and open it. Wow. How do you hold it? Yeah. And there's whistles also there?
Yeah, I can blow it also.
Sure. Wow.
In between shots, we catch up with ace lensman Dabu Ratnani, who's been shooting with Ranbir since his first film.
Ranbir and me go a long way back because we actually shot before even Samarya released, and we've been shooting ever since, and he's been a part of all my calendars since that time. It's great fun shooting with him. Doesn't feel like a shoot, you know. He's like very relaxed, very chilled out, completely relies on the photographer for instruction. The first photo shoot that we did, he kept coming back to me, say, how's it looking? Tell me what to do. You know, a lot more. He was not so secure and not so sure of what he's doing. But I always, from the first time I shot him, he looked like brilliant in the pictures. Brilliant actor. I mean, I don't think there's any alternate for a brilliant actor. I feel that everybody waits for a Ranbir movie.
Do you like photo shoots?
I
You
hate
get
it.
bored.
I hate photo shoots. I'm so bad at photographs, and I think it's really as an actor you don't really have to do much except with your stylist, your makeup person in your hair. I think it's more for them. You just have to come there.
It's a good look for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a preppy.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, maybe because I have like this baby face, nice sweet boy, so that's why shirt, pullover, beige pants. Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how bored are you right now?
-2.
God. So you should get you a Red Bull or two.
And I've just, I guess, learned over years and with experience that when you're doing a photo shoot, just don't do anything. You don't need to overcompensate because you feel you're not good. You just have to be there. You have to, and now there's so much of stuff that you can do on Photoshop. You can change a person's expression, the color of the clothes, the hair, the makeup. So it's.
You come with a blank slate.
It's pointless. Photo shoots are pointless.
Okay. Is it what your fifth change?
Fourth.
Salman Khan got me introduced to Ranbir, and when he was shooting for Maine Pyar Kyun Kiya, and they were shooting in, I think, Filmistan. And then
quite
a few years back, and Salman called me that, there's a guy, you have to style him, and so he called me, it was Ranbir Kapoor. And I tried doing 3-4 hairstyles, and even Salman tried 2-3 hairstyles himself on him with his own hands. And then later on, Sanjay Bansali was also my client, so he told me that he's introducing a new guy, and it happened to be Ranbir Kapoor. Oh, here, this guy who's very versatile, whose choice of films are different, whose choice of characters are different. He doesn't like to repeat himself. The shooting is over for a particular film. He wants to forget that character.
Back inside the studio, the photo shoot continues. It's now been close to 4 hours.
What's Ranbir Kapoor like when he's away from a film set, away from an event, away from a shoot?
I'm fish out of water. I'm just flat on my bed, watching movies, doing nothing. I spend a little time with my parents. I don't go out much. If I go, I'll go once a week for dinner with my friends.
Yourself sound very boring.
No, but I love it, and I do it because I am very comfortable being alone. I'm very comfortable. I like it. I like just being in a state of actually nirvana. I don't have a thought in my head. I'm flat. I'm vegetating. I am procrastinating. I'm playing video games. I'm watching movies. But I live in a bungalow which is owned by my parents. I don't want to move out because I think I'm very comfortable there, and they give me my space. But I live in a room. I don't use the bungalow. My house is my room. I think my parents really like my company. They don't intrude in my space, and just the fact that I can have one meal with them, lunch or dinner or breakfast, it gives them a lot of happiness and joy. And if I move out, I'll stop meeting them. I'll just stop meeting them. And I think that much I can grant them because it gives me happiness also. To see them happy. My father is very proud. He's very house proud. He's very family proud. So he likes the fact that I'm around, and he likes to to still call the watchman upstairs and ask what time did Ranbir come home.
Really?
And ask me the next day, where did you go, who did you go with, did you take the driver? He keeps tapping, and I like that.
It's almost backup time, but not before some candid camera.
Action. Da 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 out. Next. Da 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 expand. Out. Look. Cut it.
Yeah?
That's fine.
Take it.
Action. Cut it.
Thank you so much, guys. It's a wrap. Bye, Jan.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Pooja, kal 11:30.
At 31, Ranbir has proved to be a real game changer. He's made bold choices of films, shattered box office records, and created an identity that's completely his own. But what about his legacy?
But what is the legacy you hope for Ranbir Kapoor to leave behind? What is the...
Well, any parent would say that we have a grandson who will also carry on the same will carry on the legacy.
So you want the acting genes to go on and on and on.
And why not? And why not? Touchwood, we are the fourth male generation.
Fifth, I think.
Fourth. My grand Prithviraj Kapoor, Raj Kapoor, Rishi Kapoor, him, fourth male generation that's. Otherwise, I have my nieces, I have my, everybody, the whole family is full of actors. And I would like that it should go on ahead.
Ma'am, what about you? What's the legacy you hope for Ranbir?
That he should do good work and he should stay humble, and his children also like that. And what else?
Inside the need to make movies or act in movies or tell stories, if that goes away, there's really no point.
10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, what does Ranbir Kapoor see himself doing? What does he hope to be doing?
Well, to be honest, I really want to have a family with children, a happy family with children, who I can, give them a comfortable lifestyle. I don't want to spoil my children. I'm not here. I'm not that ambitious also to earn billions and billions of rupees, and
you're already doing that.
But I'm not that ambitious, and money is never my drive. But I definitely want 3 kids. I want one wife. I want a nice, sweet, comfortable, happy house, and I want inspiration and motivation.
There's no doubting it. At least for now, there's no star quite as bright as the Ranbir Kapoor star.